What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time, DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Let me entertain you. Are you not entertained? Speaking of entertainment, today on the program, I have Evalina Destiny. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to talk to her. What do you mean you don't know a lot about Evalina Destiny? Well, you're going to get to know a little bit about Evalina Destiny in the next few minutes, so stick around for that. This week's shows, I have one public show, my faithful Friday night public show at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas, the Video Dance Party Karaoke Jam. Yeah, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show. The stage is yours. All I'm doing is pressing buttons. You provide the entertainment on a Friday night at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas, 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the AM. They got a full bar. The kitchen is open. Pool tables. They got a pool tournament on Friday night. So if you want to try to make some money playing pool, I encourage you to check out the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. It's always a good time at the Rab. Yeah, good people, good food, good drinks. Yeah, good times. Good times at the Rab. And then on Saturday, I get to do a wedding. I love that weddings are back. Oh my goodness. I think at the height of my DJing weddings, I was doing over 100 every year. You know, like Fridays, Saturdays, some Sundays. It was great. I would do a lot of weddings, and that was my specialty when I was living in the Florida Keys. I've slowed down a little bit, but I'd love to still do at least 50 weddings or events on Saturday nights. Friday nights, that's my karaoke show. That's my public show. But weddings, that's my private show, my intimate show with the people that hire me out to be a part of their amazing days. They're big days. I know that's cliche to be a part of their wedding days. Now, this wedding this weekend, I'm so stoked. It's a little girl. Well, she was a little girl when I met her. She was 11 years old singing karaoke for me. And now I guess she's got to be in her 20s, and she's getting married. And she said, all I want is KeysDAN, DJ Dan, to be at my wedding. And I'm so excited about that. So, yeah, I'm very excited. All right, speaking of excited, I'm excited to talk to Evalina Destiny. So let's get into it with Evalina Destiny. I got her on Skype, so if you're listening to the audio version of this, I encourage you to check out the video version. Use the What Makes You Famous hashtag and find it everywhere. Yeah. All right, let's get into it with Evalina Destiny. Skyping Evalina Destiny now. There she is. All right. Hey. Evalina Destiny, Evalina Delvalle, dare I say it? The people can find you everywhere. And, for people that are listening to the audio, I want you to check out the video because there's a pretty face right next to me, right there.
Thank you. Oh.
But she's not just a pretty face. She's a pretty voice. You're pointing in the wrong direction. Ha 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 ha. See, I figured it out. You got to point in the opposite direction to get it to go right. It's the way these cameras work, and it's wonderful. Yeah. Are you camera ready? Have you ever done any acting? Have you ever done any performing in front of the camera?
No. Okay. I want to, though. I was given a role at a movie. They're actually going to start filming after Thanksgiving. It's called Kidnap.
What? Did I just get an exclusive? Did I just pull that out of thin air? Does anybody else know that you're about to be in a movie? Evalina Destiny in a movie?
Yeah, right? Oh, man, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to play a role of a cop. Undercover.
Okay, undercover cop. So you're going to wear street clothes. Do you have to provide your own wardrobe, or is this a production that has wardrobe available? Is it independent?
I think not. You know what? I'm not even sure. We didn't talk about that yet.
All right. I mean, some people just show up in their clothes. Even these stars that like in the '60s and '70s, they used to show up like famously Columbo. What was his name? I don't know. Remember the guy who played Columbo? He would show up in his own clothes to different movie sets and say, "Oh yeah, I'm wearing this. Let's go shoot."
Right, you're right. Yep,
Now,
true.
all right, you're doing a movie, and that's a great thing that's happening real soon. But tell the people who you are. Give the people an idea of who you are.
Hello, I'm Evalina Destiny. I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm a very humble person. I really, I work a lot, and a lot of people in my job don't even know I sing. I keep it to myself. But yeah, I'm also a certified EMT. I also do home care. I take care of my mom, doing that. And on the side, I work on my music. I do a lot of arrangement. I write my music. I co-produce. I'm actually getting into producing. I'm learning how to produce. I've been doing this for over 20 years. So I wanted to get, all perspective of all of everything. So, but now I'm finished my album. My album will be released the end of this month. Thank God, it's all done. I'm finished. So hopefully, I'll do well with that.
Well, from what I'm told is from creators' perspectives, every time I talk to somebody, a project is not finished; it's abandoned. It's like, oh, that's good enough. We got to finish it
later.
Right. George Lucas famously, when he did Star Wars, he 20 years later, he said, oh, you know what? I didn't like the way that looked. And he went back and redid them. Do you think that? And I've heard a lot, like the Police, they redid one of their albums from way back when and did remixes. And they had an album back in the 70s, and then they remixed it back in the 90s. And made a whole new album out of the same old songs. Have you ever done that? Have you ever remixed or done performing, you're performing live and you go, I think that would work better if it was a little slower or if it had a little conga beat to it or something?
Right. Actually, I took one of my songs that I wrote over 15 years ago, and I remixed it, made it faster, and I actually sung it over again because, my voice changed. So yeah, it's called Unforgettable Love. Love it.
Unforgettable Love.
And I love doing cover songs. I love doing karaoke, cover songs. I just do that and give it to DJs and they love it. So yeah. Oh, it's always good to remix something, that you've done over 10 years ago. Always. Yeah.
Yeah. I go to a concert and some people, I guess maybe the majority of people, when they go to a concert, they go to a live show, they want the person to recreate the song exactly the way it was on the album. I don't want anything crazy or new. I don't want you to add a new guitar solo. I don't want you to add, violins or flute playing to the song if it wasn't on the album. But, I kind of like it when I go to a show and it's something different. It's an experience that you provide for the audience, for the audience that's there that night. And no video cameraing, no cell phone cameraing. This is for us right here, right now, that you're providing for them. When you perform live, do you change it up a little bit or do you keep it almost exactly the same as it was on the album?
I keep it exactly the same. And what's good, I get compliments. My voice, I sound exactly like my CD. I don't overdo it or, try to go there. But like the way I talk is the way I sing, and I love doing live shows. It's pretty natural. It sounds good. No, I don't change nothing. I keep it the same. So yeah, it's to say because people, they come out to see you. They want to see what they hear on the CDs,
Now that's something. That's something to be said, to be talked about, is people that don't have the talent and all this harmonizing and vocalization that gets added on, overdubbing, sampling. You can fix it in post, but if you can't sing it like you sang it on the radio when you're live, and I guess Saturday Night Live really showcases that on a global scale, on a television scale. But when 200 or 2,000 or 20,000 people came out of their house to watch you sing, you want to bring the show, don't you?
1,000 people. Whew,
Yeah.
I'll be nervous.
No, it's the same show. Two people, or 200,000 people. It's the same show. You could give it to them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Oh, believe me, I've done the 2-person, but then I've done the 70,000 person. So that's a good thing. You know, it's nice, to be able to bring it to a whole lot more people, because you get that energy that flows from you to them, to you to them. Oh, I'm so glad that you perform live, because some people are studio. That's it. They make albums in the studio and never perform live.
Yeah, and you could tell when they studio, because when you do interviews or they doing shows, they don't do a cappella. You could tell right there, that it's all studio.
Yeah. Oh. But hey, there's something to be said about that. You're creating art. I can't fault somebody. Famously T-Pain, and even before that, Cher really used the overdubbing and the vocalization and just overdid it. But they came up with something that I'm talking about right now. They came up with something so different. People would say, "Oh, that was so bad." It was so bad that it was different. Do you use a lot of overdubbing or sampling, or have you done any of that to kind of create something different?
Yes, I have. I have a good engineer that, he likes to play with a lot of new, doubling and music and all that. He's pretty good, and especially when I'm trying to learn, I mess around a lot. So, I do pick up a lot. I'm learning.
Well, give credit where credit is due. Who is it that has been helping you to bring Evalina Destiny to the world? The producer.
I got to say his name is Robert Federici. He's from the Polygon Recording Studio. I've been working with him for years. Oh, wow. I started out there. I work with different type of producers. I fly to Puerto Rico. I fly to Florida, New York, and the Polygon Recording Studios in New Jersey. So with him, I feel very comfortable. He's, he brings out the best in the artists. I don't get upset when he corrects me, when he tells me, no, you do it again, do it here, do it again. It gets frustrating sometimes, and but I respect his decision, and I do respect his advice that he gives me all the time. And I'm learning. I'm learning. I play the keyboard a little bit. I play the violin for years. I'm learning guitar. So, and that helps when we're trying to produce. So, I'm learning when it comes to producing. That's something new that I'm actually learning. Well, writing, creating, singing, I've been doing for years. I love to write.
Well, how did writing start? Are you Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground? You spent most of your days. I had to do it, right?
In the playground, no. Actually, I was raised in Brooklyn, New York, till I was 12. Then my mother separated from my dad. We moved to Philadelphia, and I've been in Philadelphia ever since. I'm 43 years old. So I've been here. I raised my kids. I have 2, and I raised them, and I've been here ever since. And as for my writing and my music, I've been around it all my life. My mother sings. She used to be in a band. And when I was in school, I took dance lessons, music lessons. So that's where I picked it up at. So, yeah.
Well, don't skim over that. Tell me about your mother. She was in a singer in a band, or she was playing in a band. Tell me about your mama.
She used to sing. She used to sing a lot. Actually, she still sings now. She's 78 years old, and she has this that high voice, that opera singing her gospel music. She loves her old school. Also, she puts the radio on and listens to all those old rock, And I get it from her. She's amazing. I grew up, she's always singing, and I grew up just singing some of her oldies,
Okay, can you remember some of
To
the
my
first
daughter.
songs that you were inspired by? Because that tells me a lot. You had some gospel, you had some oldies, you had music in the house that was
Right.
affecting you, that was bringing you the knowledge. What did you take from your mom? What was the first few songs that she sang that you said, "Hey, I want to sing that too"? What were you singing?
She liked like Diana Ross, back then like Elvis and the Beatles. I can't remember a lot of the old, but you know those old like groups that I never heard of. You know, my boyfriend's back and you're gonna be in trouble.
Hey
Stuff like
nah,
that.
hey nah.
I don't know, but she's always singing that. And what's the name? It's my party and I cry if I want to, cry if I want to. I'm always singing that.
Oh my goodness. All right. Child of the 60s. My mother's a child of the 60s as well. I think she's oh my goodness, she's got to be 72 years old. So, yeah, she's a child. She grew up in the 60s, graduated in 69 and had all that flavor in the house, and that really affected me too. Was that's what we do. We get that knowledge from our parents and maybe older brothers and sisters. Did you have any older brothers and sisters, or you only?
I have two older brothers, you
Any
know, and
any
they
others?
say they agree with me. I think them days were the best days. I wish I was born like in the 40s.
You know,
They were the best music. I mean, everybody was happy, peace and love, and everybody was high. There wasn't a lot of like diseases, and it was so much fun, you know.
and you know
And my
everybody.
mom,
Yeah, go ahead.
she tells she tells me about it. She used to go to a lot of concerts too, you know, but to this day, my mom has dementia,
Oh.
and she's 70. Yeah, she's 70. So she's not forgetful of the past. She remembers everything about the past. She's always bringing up, shows or, music and stuff like that, but she doesn't remember stuff that happened like 10 minutes ago or a day ago. But yeah,
But those are the stories that you
someday.
have to get on tape, get recorded. Make sure that those stories that she has from days past live on forever. I had my mom on the podcast, and she told me stories about the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s that I had no business knowing about. My mom did a lot of crazy stuff back then. And I'm sure your mom did too. So it would, always listen to your elders. If there's anything you could take away from this, listen to the generation before. And what you were talking about, the musicians of the past, they had to be actual musicians. They had to know how to play. There's no fixing it in post-op, in post, fix it in post. No, you had to lay that track down. And if it didn't come out right, guess what? You're playing it again. And guess what? You're playing the whole song all over again. Not just that little bit that I can cut and paste. No, you're playing that whole song because I have to get the track perfect from beginning to end. They were real
Right.
musicians.
It was really hard back then. Now it's like I can go to recording and I can sing, and he can record 3 lines and then record the next 3 lines. Oh, I got this. I punched this in, sing this again, like that. But yeah, you're right. You're totally right.
Oh, it's mix and match now. But, when you find a true musician, somebody who can perform live, such as you, who can go out and live produce what the people want to hear. And that's what they want to hear. They want to hear what's coming off of that CD. Is this the first CD that you've done? Or, in 20 years? You've had singles out there, right?
Yeah, I have the Best of Evalina that came out 2014. I have XOXO. It's house music, dance music, freestyle, and that came out 2018. And I have this one right here that also came out 2015. I have two more that came out 2019. They're all available on all digital platforms. I think I inboxed you my 12-inch record. It's pink. It's a Spanish reggaeton. It's mixed with like dance music, freestyle, and it's an album. But it's not an album. It's a single, but it's a 12-inch record.
Me gusta. You know what that tells me? In the latest one, you said it's available digitally. That means no vinyl, no CDs. I miss Vinyl, getting that record, going to the record store and saying,
I have
"Oh,
all these in vinyls too.
I meant,
Yeah, they're vinyls.
but why?"
Like,
Yeah,
right.
the only one that's using vinyl now is kind of like the hipsters, and the really really old school and the really really new. What?
Yes, they are. They back. A lot of DJs are getting vinyls, and a lot of like artists now are doing their vinyl records. Yeah, it's back. Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember in the 80s and 90s, just if I had 1, 2, maybe 3 crates of records and went to the party, guess what? That's all you're listening to. Those 3 crates, I'm going to mix them and match them and make them sound right. Evalina Destiny's in there. You're going to want to hear that record. Pa, pa, pa. I mix it. But now, with the digital age, people expect to hear anything. Anything that comes out of their mouth better be on that turntable by the next song or 2. Oh, my gosh. Instant gratification. But if I didn't have it, if I didn't have it on my record, in my record stack, and in my one box of Peaches records, like the crate, you're not going to hear it that night. But now you got to hear it. You got to hear everything. Oh, I want to hear some Evalina Destiny. Oh, hold on, let me get that for you. If I had to buy that one track, boop, I go buy that track and I play it for the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, people got to have it all right now, instantly. It's hard for the DJ, and I say it's hard, but it's easy for the DJ because you can get it. You can go out and buy it. If you want that track, you can buy it. 99 cents. That's what you do, and your newest record is available for 99 cents per track on Apple, iTunes, all that, and Spotify. I mean, are you able to collect a check? Are you getting royalties? Are you getting?
It's not much, but I get it.
Oh, I mean, it's out there. People, I mean, was it famously? Oh my gosh, Peter Frampton, "Baby I Love Your Way." Ooh, baby I love your way. 50 million views on Spotify. He gets a $12,000 check.
Wow.
Really?
I know. It sucks.
Or maybe it was 1,200. I might be getting my facts wrong. I'm not looking anything up right now. But it was, a lot of plays for this much money.
Yeah. Right.
But
you have people that also download for free on YouTube, or they share it. DJs share it with other DJs, and they don't download. They don't support the artists. So that's the reason why too. A lot of the artists are not doing too well on CD sales either. Because they download everything for free.
So now, is the artist the only way to really make some money is to go out and play live?
Yep.
So that's what you got to do. Are you representing
shows?
Yeah, you got to do some shows. Now, hey, it's nice that you still enjoy it.
On the KeysDAN show.
What's on what? On the KeysDAN show?
Yeah.
Well, you're on it. You're on it. What makes you famous? No, but you're already a little bit more famous than the usual people or some of the people that have been on this show, and I appreciate that.
Very well. I'm promoting myself well, and I'm actually trying to market myself better. Pretty much I'm doing more interviews with DJs, and radio station. And once my new album come out, I'm going to visit more radio stations, try to get it on the air, and pretty much just do more shows. Yeah, do whatever you can. I never like try acting or like trying to be in a movie or, modeling or anything like that. And now I'm doing it because, people, actually, I didn't even audition for this part. They gave it to me.
Wow.
So when I get the script, I got to learn it really good. And, pretty much I hope I do well. I don't get kicked off. But, I'm learning. I'm doing new things. And it doesn't hurt to try. It really doesn't. I got to tell you, two of my songs, my hip hop song, I'm rapping. I never rap, but I tried it and it came out good. I got so many people telling me, "Oh my God, girl, you can rap. Your hip hop is actually better than your freestyle and dance music."
Look out, Nicki Minaj. Here comes Evalina Destiny.
some hip hop.
No,
Yeah.
you're not limiting yourself to one genre. You go out into the dance, the EDM, the freestyle, the hip hop, the Latin music. You
And
know,
I gotta tell you, I do it because I love it. And it's not about the money or the fame. I just do it. I've been doing it forever, and I just want to get out there and just do it. Also I'm working with Sammy Fisher. I don't know if you heard of him.
go ahead,
Sammy
refresh me.
he did Rompe. He produced for Daddy Yankee and a couple of other famous reggaeton Latin artists out there. He picked up 3 of my songs. He produced it. We already worked on it. It's already done. One of them he has to master it, and it came out amazing. So hoping by next year he wants to market me differently to like a Latin artist as a new reggaeton artist. So hopefully I'll do well in that. So I have my hip hop and dance music on one side, but I'm also working on another project which is going to be on a different label, different publishing and all that. So that's another project I'm working on now. So I actually have music that I've been sitting on for like 2 years.
Wow, Sammy Fisher, man, you had me at Daddy Yankee Rompe. That song is fire. That you put that on, and yeah, you put that on the dance. People are on the dance floor just flipping out, because it's got that beat. And if he brings that fire to you, Evalina Destiny, oh my goodness, you're going to a whole nother level, a whole different place.
That's what I want to do. And you know what's hard? You know what's really hard? That I'm not young. You know what I mean? So it's really hard with the competition out there where, you're trying to get signed and they want to sign these girls that are 23, 25 that look anorexic. You know what I mean? But it's really hard for a woman my age that's trying to grow as an artist. It's really hard. So what I've been doing is I lost a lot of weight. I go to the gym. My body is totally different than it was 2 years ago. I get a lot of compliments. Thank God that I have the strength to do it. But, I work with personal trainers and, I'm doing my vocal lessons, my dance. So, I'm trying to, have that, there's so much competition out there that it's hard. It really is. So, hopefully I'll do well,
Yeah, we're not young, but we're experienced. And the exercise that you're doing is so you can get on stage and you can work, for an hour or 2 or even 3. I mean, I saw Bruce Springsteen down in South Florida in Miami at the Orange Bowl back in '84, if I'm not mistaken. He went 3 hours and 45 minutes, collapsed, went backstage for about 15 minutes, came out, did 45 more minutes. That's a workout. You need to be in shape if you're going to be going live. So you're good to be getting in shape, of course.
I'm getting muscles. But you know what? Why does it have to be a weight issue?
It's not weight. It's not weight, because I listened to a podcast. Fat is a good thing. Fat is stored energy. It's not a bad thing. And fat even looks good, in the right places. You get it right. Just because you have some fat doesn't mean you're completely unhealthy. That's storage.
It makes me sad sometimes because I used to be, they used to bully me and call me fat, and even in the music business now, like I had issues where it was like 3, 4, 5 years ago. I would get on stage and put something on Facebook or whatever, and I'll have people telling me, oh, I don't know why she wear that outfit. She look too fat in it. She needs to lose weight, or she's showing too much boobs, or it shouldn't be about a weight issue. And just because somebody's pretty and sound good, they can't. This is how I feel. They're not happy with themselves. Okay, this person looks good, sounds good. So they want to pick on that person and try to nitpick on something. So what they want to do is call me fat, and which is totally wrong. I went through that. I try to stay off Facebook. There's too much drama. So, Right now I just keep to myself. I go to the gym, I work out, I do my music, I stay humble. I don't tell nobody what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, this is the first time that I brought up Sammy Fisher's name. And I've been working with him for 2 years, but nobody hasn't heard his name. And now I brought it up because my project is finished. So all I got to do now is work on the videos and market myself. So that's, pretty much, the drama that I had going on. I had to keep to myself. But you know how it is.
Oh,
You're in the music
I know
business.
exactly how it is. And not just the bullying too. I mean, I was fat when I was a kid. I'm still fat. There was a time in my 20s when I was running every day. I wanted to be a firefighter, so I became a firefighter. I wanted to be EMT, so I became EMT, paramedic. Because you said you're an EMT, and that's a wonderful thing, but it takes a lot of energy and a lot of endurance to take care of other people.
I hurt my back.
Yes.
I
That's
hurt
very
a lot.
easy. That's very easy to do.
I don't work picking up patients, and I don't do that anymore. What I do is I do suicide watch. There's always somebody trying to kill themselves, and then they put you on a 72-hour watch. So I do that.
Mhm.
Sometimes from 7 to 4 a.m. and then somebody else come in. I got it easy. So I get paid well and I got it very easy, but it's all the experience of all the years. You have to work at it. You can't just you know, start a new job and expect to get paid $25 an hour. It's not going to happen. But hey, I like it. I love my job.
Well, that was about 13 years of my life from 89 to about 2004, if I'm not mistaken. I was doing firefighting, EMT, paramedic in the fire department in Key Largo in the Florida Keys, and then I worked at Baptist Hospital in Miami in the emergency room. So yeah,
Awesome.
it's a good part of my life, and I do miss a lot of that. And when you said EMT, I lit up. You're taking care of people. That's an important job, and you're taking care of your mom too. What's that?
I always wanted to work with the fire department, but they didn't let me because you have to be like 15 years, 20 years experience, 911. So yeah, I couldn't.
No, but more important than
I
that.
was like maybe 2 years, an EMT 2 years, and then I was trying, but they didn't let me.
Well, but more important than that, you're on suicide watch. I'm watching this, memes that pop up on your Facebook feed, your Instagram feed. The difference between suicidal and depressed. You got to know when someone says they're depressed. Hey, pay attention. When somebody says they're feeling down, they're feeling blue. I mean, if if they go to the hospital because they tried to commit suicide, yeah, they're going to get all kinds of attention. But you got to give them that same attention if they're feeling depressed, don't you think?
I get a lot of teenagers now. It's like really bad. Like all these teenagers, they just take their parents' medication, they overdose, but I get a lot of teenagers, people in their early 20s, gays, parents not accepting them because they're gay. It's just bad. It is bad. I get a lot of young people.
Well, something topical in the news right now, Facebook and Instagram are getting beat down because people post a picture. They use the filter that shaves off all the little defects, and then little girls and little boys, they look at the pictures and they go, huh, how come I don't look like that? They don't look like that. And even in the back of their head, those people that are looking at these pictures know that they don't look like that. Nobody looks like that. It's perfectly smooth face, perfectly rounded eye, perfectly sculpted features. Nobody except Rob Lowe, I guess.
I know. I used to say that when I used to look at the Victoria's Secret magazine and all those models look so skinny. And I'm like, oh my God. That's too
but then
I
you
wanna
see
be
them.
skinny.
No, but if you see them in person, and I did get to see a lot of fashion shows in Miami when I was living in South Florida, and you see them in person. Yeah, they're skinny, and yeah, they're pretty, but they don't look like the pictures. The pictures have been touched up.
They just skinny and pretty.
Yeah.
I was told too, you gotta have meat on your bones. There's a difference between being sexy, okay, and beautiful than being beautiful and really skinny like a model. That's not sexy.
Well, you're talking
Sexy,
about
you have to have meat on your bones. I'm sorry, you have to have a nice ass. You have to have some meat. You can't be skinny. You can't be bony these days. You can't. I'm sorry.
You're talking about people that got hated on recently. J-Lo. I mean, she's 50 years old. She looks great, and she's wearing this outfit, and she's having a good time. She's shaking it with Shakira, and everybody's, definitely the heterosexual males were very happy watching this. Oh, that's a very nice looking lady. Both of those ladies, very nice looking.
They on their 50s.
Yeah, but then who's hating on them? People that are doing less than them. Nobody's ever hated on me that is doing better than me. No, nobody.
Because they jealous. Let me tell you, they might not be jealous, but they don't love themselves. They don't like what they're doing. I always say, look, love yourself first, okay? Don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't even think about me. They have no life. They need to love themselves and do them and forget. It's just going to make you sick mentally. People are just bullies. Okay.
Well, something I just heard today. If you look up on your internet, on Google, and put, how do I, don't put anything else. How do I, the top search is love myself. How do I love myself? Right. And that I just heard that today. How do I love myself? What came up? What came up for you?
You find yourself and do the things that you love. Don't worry about what anybody thinks about it, what anybody's saying. Just do you. That's how you love yourself. Oh my God, I love myself so much. Look.
You're the best date you ever had.
I'm kissing myself now. Oh yeah, I date myself too.
That's beautiful. Take yourself out for dinner and a quiet movie, dinner for one and a movie. It's beautiful. No, it's nice. It's nice that you love yourself. You take care of yourself. You're in the gym. You got a trainer. You're taking the time to make sure that you feel good about you. It's not for anybody else. I mean, do you have anybody else? Do you have a certain someone in your life that's helping you along?
I date, and I am seeing somebody off and on that's driving me crazy. But it is off and on. So I always tell them, if it's not working out now, it's never going to work out. I'm getting too old.
No, at a certain
find
age.
A husband. I want to meet a boyfriend, stay with him for like 2 years and get married.
Yeah, at a certain age, you don't mess around anymore. I tell kids that, when they're in their 20s, hey, date, mess around, do your thing, get it all out of your system. By the time you're 30, you better know what you like and find somebody else who's 30.
I'm also a widow. My kid's father passed away, and I was with him for 18 years.
Oh,
then I had a boyfriend for 5 years. Now I'm single, and I've been single for the past 5 years. But it's and I love it. I love being by myself because I was never really by myself. I got to work on my music. I'm doing me. I'm doing what I love to do, and I love my kids to death, and I don't regret it. But I had to raise my kids. I had to stop what I was doing and raise my kids. But now that they all both over 21 and they doing their thing, they don't even live with me anymore. One graduated college last year, and I'm by myself. I live by myself. I just love it. I love it. I never lived by myself before. You think I'm going to get married anytime soon?
No, but that's a story that I have heard, and mostly from women, that they do give up their career. They put themselves on hold for their kids, and yes, that's a wonderful thing. Procreation, extending the species, you having a kid. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. But you do put yourself on hold, and it sounds like now that they're out of the house, you've got yourself all together. It seems like you're loving yourself and you're doing the things you want to do.
Yeah, and best thing about it is I got extra money in my pocket.
Kids are expensive, let me tell you. They're little money grubbing. They're like hobos in your house, man. They want food, they want clothes, they want
I miss my daughter to death. I miss being a dance mom. I was a dance mom. She took music lessons, she did her tap, her jazz and ballet. I miss that, but
Well,
oh
is she
well.
taking after you, or are any of the kids taking after you, going into music?
Both of them love music. Well, my daughter, she graduated science, and I have a son in California. He's into his organic herbs, and he's doing well. He works at a warehouse, and he loves it. And he said, "Daddy, as a matter of fact, I'm a grandmom. The baby is about 3 weeks old. Oh, she's gorgeous."
Mazel tov. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just became a grandpa twice.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Oh, I'm going to be a grandma again because she said she wants to get pregnant in 6, 7 months.
no,
She ain't even.
well, what you've already said is that the kids are science and organic growing. I say they stay in that because this music business is for the birds. You got to be crazy to go into music. You're going to be a starving artist for the most part.
But on the side, they remind me of myself because even though they smart and I was the same way, I would write music on the side. I would do my things on the side. And then when I'm ready, I just, use it. My son, he writes, he raps. He's he's awesome. He's very creative. And my daughter, she has a beautiful voice. She writes poetry. She does open mic sometimes. And she gets up there, she does her thing. So I see them, they're young. I see them maybe in 20 years, they might want to come out with a CD or come out with a single. And I see that in them. Yeah, definitely. Because they do write, they sing, they do everything.
Well, if they're going to do it now in their 20s while they have a chance. And yes, for the most part, yes, people are looking for something young and beautiful and, in shape, not only can sing, but also can dance and look good in a little outfit. And hey,
I would like to meet Jennifer Lopez and tell her, listen, can you come out with your own label and have like women over 40 come out in it? Because I want to, I want to sing. I want to be on the label.
but you do have a label right now. You're singing with
Yeah, yes, I am. I'm on a label. It's not a big label, and we're pretty much, but it's based out of California. I'm in Philly, and they do all my releases. We're actually distributed by Empire, so it's okay, But I'm growing as an artist, like I said, and I want to do different things. And I never signed a contract before at my age, But I'm ready. I'm ready to sign a contract with a label that's willing to, work with me. Pay my videos and pay everything. My studio, pay me, and it's hard. You have to market yourself and get your fans to really buy your, to support you and buy your CDs. And, I'm doing that now. I'm with SGR Records.
Mm-hmm.
And, I love it. The owner, his name is UUMC. He also managed me, so he's great. And yeah, he's based out in California. He's from Chicago.
Yeah, he's got a Bulls shirt on his website, Synthetic Groove Records, and he's representing the Bulls. So he looks like a pretty cool cat, and he's older guy.
That's why I'm with him. He's an honest man. He got people hating on him too. It is what it is. People gonna hate.
Well, once you get to a certain age and you've done so much, then you start teaching the next generation. You've already said that you're kind of teaching your kids. You're getting them, giving them the tools if they want to use them.
They know they all grown up. Yeah, and UUMC, he has a couple of artists in there that does hip hop, rap. It's great. It's really great. It's all mixed up, different type of music.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what a good record company should do, is never limit themselves. And then when you see Evalina Destiny over here and then Yo-Yo over here, and hey, I think these two would mix together. That's like peanut butter and chocolate. Let's put these together.
UUMC, he's like he's like my godfather, you know. Even if I was to, because we have an understanding too. That's the thing. People be hitting me up. Oh, are you still with SGR Records? You doing this? We have an understanding where, you know, I want to grow as an artist, and if I want to sing my reggaeton and work with Sammy Fisher, I'm gonna do it. And he said, you go for it. And he gives me good advice. He tells me, you know, you go for it, whatever makes you happy. I'm not gonna leave SGR Records. You know, I love freestyle. I grew up in freestyle, started freestyle music. I don't see myself leaving it for good. Maybe come out with a single once a year with Yo MC. But he wants to see me grow as an artist, and he's growing as an artist. If you check him out. He has, yeah, he's doing his thing too, and he was DJing. Now he's an artist. So I would love to do a duet. Me and him got to do a duet. So maybe next year, definitely.
See, I'm looking for that. Now, the Polygram or the Polygram Records that you're working with, that's in Philadelphia?
Polygon Recording Studio.
In Philadelphia?
No, it's in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Okay, so you travel over to New Jersey to go in that studio?
Yep.
Okay, and that's the guy that's been helping you produce your records, and now you have Yo-Yo with SGR Records that's helping you to go to another level. It's good. You're putting yourself out there. Now, do you have agents that now he's becoming your agent that's helping you get shows as well?
Well, everybody pretty much helps me out. Like, I don't really have like a true agent or true manager. I didn't sign a contract with anyone. We all help each other out pretty much. But what I'm trying to do is really try to find me a manager. Even if I have to sign a contract, I'll sign a contract. Someone that understands me, knows Spanish, can get me gigs, Spanish and English. Because I don't, you know, I'm trying to come out as a reggaeton artist. I have my music that's about to pretty much come out next year, probably April. And hopefully Sammy Fisher can help me out with that. You know, we're trying to market me right now. And also, do you happen to know Baron Lopez from Puerto Rico?
Okay.
DJ Baron Lopez. Yeah, he's also trying to help me out too. He said, I know some people. Let's see, you know, I'm trying to get somebody to guide me to the right direction. You know what I mean? Not somebody that's going to screw me over, disrespect me in any way. You know, so I'm trying to find, if I could find a female manager, that'll be amazing, but there's not too many out there.
It's tough, you know, sometimes, especially a young person. Now that you're a little older, you have some knowledge in your head, but sometimes these kids, you know, will get a $5,000 advance or a $10,000 advance. You look at that check and you go, that's more money than I've ever seen. My goodness. And then they own you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's hard.
Yeah. That's why I love SGR Records. We have standing, and they're one of the best labels out there right now. I mean, you got these other labels that are, you know, will give you 15-20% of your sales, which ain't nothing, you know.
No.
You know, the best deal ever. You know, he's great. You know, he doesn't want a lot of people on his label. You know, keep it family, keep it small, not too many artists, you know. So that's another thing that's pretty great. It's not like 20 people on the label, you know. So.
Well, that's how, you know, record company, you almost want them to be a little bit bigger so they can give you a little bit more. They don't have to take as much. There's a documentary on David Geffen that's out there. He told the artist, hey, I'm going to make you rich. I'm going to be richer, but I'm going to make you rich, you know, because he's going to have a stable of 20, 30 different artists that are giving him a 1 or 10%. And then, he's giving them 90%. But then he's giving them all that. And that was a good documentary that I watched, and I encourage people to check that out. But
even those big labels, like if somebody like Pitbull or like, you know, Daddy Yankee will come up to me and offer me something. Sometimes those big labels are the same. It's just because they're very famous and their name is out there. And they can get you out there doesn't mean that you're going to be a millionaire in a month. they're going to be a millionaire in a month. It's just, I don't know. They just want to own everything, your rights to your music. And if your CD is selling for $24, you only see like 25 cents from that $25. So if you're selling 1 million, I mean, yeah, you might make 1 million, but they making triple that,
Well, that's what I was kind of analogizing. When you're okay,
why?
when you're with a record company, they'll sell 1 million records, you make $100,000. When you're an independent, you sell 100,000 records, you make $100,000. It's the difference between independent and being with a record label. Now, you mentioned Pitbull and you mentioned Daddy Yankee. Those are two artists that I love and I appreciate because they do help out the next generation. In fact, Pitbull, I knew him when before he was Mr. 305. I was working on the radio. But before that, there was a girl named Nair. I did a little birthday party, and Nair showed up. She's a little 16, 17-year-old girl. And then Nair, about 5 years later, shows up on a Pitbull record, and she blows up. And this is Pitbull reaching out, getting the new talent, and bringing it in. This is something that, as you get older, as you get more experience, when you get to that level, reach out, reach down, and pick people up. And I want people.
Somebody.
Yeah, you're at this level. You're already picking other people up, like your kids. But now you want somebody from another level, a higher level, to pick you up and get you higher up. I'd love to hear you.
I love those, like the Latin, like that, like Azuna, Nicki Jam, Cardi B. I love all those reggaeton artists. You got Becky G. She's so cute.
She is.
She's some weight, but she's cute. She's cute. Skinny little thing.
Well, that's a thing. I mean, there's so many restaurants here. I get to do karaoke shows and DJ shows, and I used to work on South Beach in Miami. That was back then. Now I guess I'm slowing down a little bit, but I'm still working shows, and I still love to play music. And this Friday at the Rab, I'll play Evalina Destiny, and people go, "Huh, what's that?" And I'll go, "That's Evalina Destiny."
I'm gonna email you. I got 2 dirty songs. I'm gonna email it to you.
Well, that's good.
You can't play it on a radio because I'm cursing one of the songs. I'm cursing, but the other one.
Well, that's stuff I can play in the club. While I'm, I'll play to the adults. They want to hear that stuff. They want to wind down. They want to sing along to Evalina Destiny. They want to hear something new. That's my job, is to break out new songs and new artists.
Oh, thank you so much. I met DJ Drewski. He's from New York. I inboxed you on Instagram. I sent you pictures and a video that we did. I did a show 3 weeks ago in Queens. It was red carpet for Rierva G Spotlight. She's, as a matter of fact, I'm in her magazine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that in a minute.
No, I had her on the podcast just recently. She was on maybe a couple months ago.
I seen a little bit of it. Yes. Yeah, she invited me to her birthday bash. And I went, and we had so much fun. And for the first time, I didn't do freestyle or none of my cover songs. I did my hip hop song. I got a song called "Trying to Get a Nut." Woo, they went crazy. The girls, the female, every time I would sing, they would go, "Woo, yeah, woo." They loved it. I was so happy. Then after that, I sung another song that Sammy Fisher produced. It's called "Doggy Style." They loved it. They loved it. I kept it clean. I mean, it's no cursing. They loved it. And when I was done, a lot of people took pictures with me, and I had 2 interviews with 2 other girls that were there. They had this broadcast going on. And then I met DJ Drewski. He likes it. And I took pictures with him. And I'm going to do an interview with him soon.
Excellent.
I'm very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited. He told me that, that song "Trying to Get a Nut" is a hit. I'm saying, I hope it's a hit. I need people to download.
It's catchy. It's just the title makes me want to. Oh, I got to listen to this one. Now, hey, you
Yeah.
said you go to Puerto Rico and Miami. Have you been a part of any of the freestyle shows that like who are the other artists that
Yeah.
you work with?
Well, I opened up for like not in Miami, but like when they come to Philly or New York, I opened up for Stevie B 2 times. I did Stevie B in the early 2000, and the last time I opened up for him was 2018
Yeah,
at the Harris Casino. I opened up for TKA
yeah,
lots of times. TKA and K7.
yeah.
I did. I think they're the most that I opened up for. Cynthia. I
Dream Girl.
Judy Torres. I
Judy.
opened up for a lot of those legends, and I learned from them. I grew up listening to their music, and when I open up for them, I take pictures with them. I get all happy, and they all know me. They know me when they see my face. They be like, "Oh, you opening up? Oh, that's good." But it's been a long time. I haven't done a freestyle show,
Mhm.
so I've done shows here and there, but I'm trying to promote myself doing hip hop and reggaeton. That I haven't been doing freestyle,
Well,
but
you
yeah, you
mentioned
have a freestyle show coming up soon, though.
now you mentioned some of the people that I've worked with over the years. This is great. Just Cynthia and Judy Torres and TKA for sure and Stevie B. When I met him, people were saying, "Oh, watch out for Stevie B. He's not a nice guy." I met him. I talked to him for a long time, and he was wonderful. He's a wonderful man.
Oh, he's nice. He's nice. Yeah, he's getting old. Poor guy.
Aren't we
But
all?
we all getting old. Amazing. He's amazing. I just saw him perform last month in Trenton, New Jersey, and I saw TKA 2 weeks ago in Trenton, New Jersey. Oh, for the first time in years, little Susie is coming down my way. So I'm gonna see little Susie November. So I can't wait to see her.
I love when they do the freestyle explosions. Little Susie's always the youngest one because she started. She must have been a newt. Yeah, she was she was a fetus when she started, just out of the womb. I think her mom spit her out and she started singing. It was great. But no, I like Little Susie too as well.
My arms
Take
and
me in your
don't
arms.
let me go. She started singing that when she was a baby.
There she was. My goodness. But oh man, it's been amazing talking to you, Evalina Destiny. I know things are happening. You got CDs out there. Do you? Can they buy the physical CDs or is it all digital? And tell me more about Vera G and the magazine. She was talking about that magazine.
This is her spotlight Wait, let me get this right. Am I right? Wait,
I don't know.
I'm trying.
People
Show.
people are listening to the audio version. They're not looking at that, but people watching the video version can see it.
I have a couple of pages in here. It's awesome. It's for independent artists and people that are doing their like businesses and all. So I did like an interview here. So I have like a whole bunch of like questions, like 10 questions that she asked me. So she put me on the September magazine, which is awesome. Yeah.
So as we wind this thing down, that's beautiful. She was talking about that magazine, and I'm so happy that it's out there, and she put it out there, and she's promoting people. This is someone that I'm excited to know. I love that Vera G is out there because we're supposed to be helping each other out. I mean, I'm not going to be a millionaire making these videos, but hopefully it helps to get the word out about Evalina Destiny and the people that are listening know more about you. Now, what are you open to? You're open to doing all different kinds of genres of music, and you're open to collaborations. What do you see in the next few years? What do you want?
I'm hoping to grow as an artist. Yes, and collaboration is a must. I have to collaborate with somebody doing reggaeton. Hopefully I need to meet people like you and meet, other artists out there that's been there, done that, that's older too, that will help me, grow as an artist and as an actress. That's my new hobby. that I'm learning, I'm gonna, hopefully do good in this movie. And if I do well, I am going to get me an agent to get me auditions for more. I would like to do commercials or movies and stuff like that. Even if it doesn't have to be like a movie, it can be like somebody working on a movie that's not, professional. That's how you get experience,
Yeah. Evalina, say Pine Sol is pine fresh.
Pine Saw is pine fresh.
You're in. You're in. I think I see big things for you. No, that's fantastic. As we wind this things out, do you want to give shout outs to anybody that has helped you along the way? I know you've given quite a bit of credit where credit is due, and I do appreciate that. Nobody can make it on their own.
Shout out to you. Thank you so much for having me. And hopefully we could do another interview next year, And UUMC, thank you so much for everything, giving me a chance to come out with my album is finished. And I do have a duet with someone. Her name is Mari Lopez. She's from Florida. She sings freestyle. And I do have George Anthony doing backgrounds on one of my freestyle songs on an album. So that's good. I wish I was doing a duet, but I only got Mari for now. And a special shout out to Sammy Fisher. Thank you so much for working and liking my vocals and liking me and giving me a chance to work with you. You're amazing. I'm hoping to grow as an artist. Maybe meet one of your famous, artists like Daddy Yankee, that'd be amazing. And, I want to give a shout out to Riera G if she's listening. And a lot of my friends out there that, support me, the fans, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, there won't be no Evalina Destiny, and I won't be coming out with CDs, Follow me on Instagram.
Well, yeah.
Evalina D.
How do they find you? Do you have a website where they can buy merch? Maybe some T-shirts?
Yes, www.
Oh, you cut out for a second. Go ahead and give me that merchandise again.
Somebody call me. www.sgrrecords.com. Hello?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, and you can go on Instagram. Also, if you want 12-inch record signed, vinyl signed, you can just try to reach out to me direct, and I can sign it for you and mail it to you. So those 12-inch records, they're $40 on the website. So I sell them for $50, $55 because I have to mail it out to you. Mm-hmm. So pretty much follow me on Instagram, and I have a lot of surprises coming out. So I like to be on Instagram more than Facebook. I'm not on Facebook much anymore. Instagram is pretty much where I be. So thank you so much, and peace and love, everyone.
No, I think that's a smart thing, is to break it just down to Instagram, because Instagram, you could post it and share it on Twitter and Facebook and whatever else, but just post on Instagram. It's a whole lot simpler. People figure out what you're doing. You put out that little flyer. Hey, I'm going to be at this place on Saturday night. Check it out. Be there.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Dan, I want to mention, I forgot. I'm coming out with my own perfume. I did men cologne. The beginning of the year, I did 12 of each, and I sold out very quickly. So what I'm going to do is come out with my perfume again. It's called Destiny Blue, and for men, it's called Destiny Black. So I'm going to do that. It's taking me a long time. People are asking me and inboxing me about it, because the female bottle is like a spray, is real pretty, but every time I mailed it out to somebody, it tipped over, like the top part, it just spilled all over the box. It's not secure, so now I have to find a new bottle.
Right.
I have to waste people's money.
Well, that's fascinating. How does somebody come up with their own spray? Do you go to a lab and say, oh, you take a smell of it, and oh, I like that, let me put that in a bottle, and that'll be my brand?
Yeah, but the thing is, because of COVID at the time, everything was closed. So I had them mail me samples and the alcohol to mix it. So I would like mix it up. It gave me a headache. But the men cologne was like really bad to do. That gave me a headache for like 2 days. But the women, I did pretty good with the women, and I got like a fresh smell, like a soap, like a soapy smell. You know, it didn't really last on your body. But what I want to do is do it over again, maybe make it a little stronger. So the men is perfect. I just need a new bottle. But yeah, that's what I did. I made it. I wrote everything down, everything. So
Well, it's
that
all
was
up,
fun.
it's all about the packaging, isn't it? If you have a product, you got to put it in the right package, and that's what we're
Right.
talking about is packaging Evalina Destiny. The perfume, the actress, the music, the producing, you're doing it all. You got so
Thank
much
you.
so much to offer. All right. I always finish these things off with last words for the people. I don't want this to be the last time that we talk. I definitely want to talk to you again as things progress. So, Evalina Destiny, I want you to give last words for the people. It could be something that you heard a long time ago, or maybe words to live by, something you wake up with every morning, or just whatever pops into your head at this moment in time. Evalina Destiny, last words for the people.
In God we trust. Peace and love, everybody. Stay healthy and love yourself. Respect to get respected. Amen.
Well, there you have it, party people. Evalina Destiny. Oh my goodness. What a nice lady. What a nice person. What a good person. And, good things happen to good people. You need to, and people that help other people. That's fantastic. Not only is she bringing her music up and getting herself off the ground and getting herself straight, she's been through some hardships in life, and that, it knocked her a little bit. But she came through, and she's coming through. She's still coming up. I'm coming up. Her mom used to listen to Diana Ross. I'm coming up. And that affected her. Listen to the music of the 60s, the 50s and 60s, and that, the golden age of music. Yeah. That's where it all began. That's where all that rock and roll and that rhythm and that R&B and that soul becomes hip hop and becomes rhythm and blues and becomes rock and roll. Oh yeah, it all evolves. It all evolves. I know the music's been around since before then. I mean, there's a reason why we still listen to Beethoven. That guy was a genius, and Mozart and Chopin and all the Wolfgang. I'm sorry, Wolfgang Mozart. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. That's the guy. But and then Beethoven. He's my favorite of the old timers. But you got to listen to the 50s and 60s. All you kids out there, listen to the 50s and 60s, and roll into the 70s and 80s and 90s, and then you're coming into the music that you grow up with. 2010s music. It's the stuff. It could change lives. It could change moods. If you're feeling blue, and just like Evalina said, she takes care of people that are on suicide watch. But if you play the right music, you have the right sounds, even the way that you talk to people that are feeling depressed and suicidal, you could change their lives. You could change their lives. That is a superpower that musicians and songwriters and people like Evalina Destiny have, is changing people's lives through music. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And I know I don't play music on this show. I want to learn about the people behind the music, but I encourage you to check out Evalina Destiny. Yeah, I mean, find her on her social medias for sure, and check out her Instagram. That's where she primarily hits, and now she's in with SGR Records. Look that up too. Look that up too. I see nothing but big things happening for Evalina Destiny. I appreciate you so much for being on the show. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Now, if you, yes, you, I'm turning my attention to you, would like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email info@radiowhat.com. That's it for me. It's KeysDAN, radiowhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.